Venom issue 29 heads a long time into the past on Annie's world, where after defeating Doc Ock, her and Spider-Man share hot dogs on a rooftop and riff on how much of a nerd Otto is. Peter, however, notices that something is off with Annie, so the woman reveals that she is pregnant. Peter thinks this is all a joke, but the woman says that it's true, calming the babbling Peter and telling him the weird thing is that there was no guy involved. Peter suggests that he could run some tests on her, but the woman doesn't want to know anything about her pregnancy or who the father is. Peter says that Annie is the kindest, toughest, scariest person he knows, and he doesn't have any doubt in his mind that she can handle this, but if she needs him to help out, he will. Annie tells Peter to shut up since she's not alone and never alone, so he doesn't need to worry about her. Venom takes off into the city as years later, Annie arrives home with pizza for her and Dylan, finding her son scrawling all over the walls. Annie discovers something has taken over Dylan, who says that something needs to die, taking a piece of his mother's symbiote for himself. Not long after Dylan turned, the world's heroes did as well, all becoming symbiote-infected monsters thanks to the piece of the symbiote Dylan took from Annie. Dylan becomes transformed into a living hive mind, controlling all of the heroes as they battle Flash Thompson, killing the man before taking over the whole world. In the present, Annie finishes her story, wiping tears from her face as Eddie apologizes for all of this. He tells her that his Dylan isn't like this world's one, but Annie wants to know if he has the same powers to remote pilot symbiotes. Eddie says he does, but he doesn't use them and doesn't bond with symbiotes at all, so he's no danger to her and the others. Eddie goes to touch the woman, but she throws him off of her, demanding he not touch her, reminding Eddie that she isn't his Annie and he isn't her Eddie, and the kid he brought isn't hers. Dylan appears, having heard everything, but he's okay with it, knowing that he isn't Annie's son and he doesn't have a mother, and that's okay. He hopes she won't be afraid of him as Annie comforts him, apologizing for what she said. Annie leaves the two, and soon she is met by Wade Wilson, who managed to survive the explosion in the tunnel. Wade's head falls off, telling Annie that they need to get everyone out of the tunnels since they were tracked. Suddenly, the symbiote Scorpion smashes through the wall, grabbing Annie and attacking the other heroes with his tail, smashing Peter away as Eddie uses some of Reed's electrical conduits to build up enough energy to activate his hand cannon, blasting Mac in the face and getting him off his wife. Eddie calls for Dylan to enact their plan, so the boy unleashes his powers on the Scorpion, ripping the symbiote from Gargan and killing it. Eddie realizes that the symbiote villain is Mac Gargan, grabbing him and asking if he's going by Scorpion or Virus now. Eddie knows this is all the villain's fault, as Max says that Eddie paralyzed him, revealing that when Carnage almost ripped his spine out, Eddie just left him there, and it was his fault since the hero was the one who threw him at Carnage in the first place. Max says that he can't just walk away from this, and that's not fair, and Eddie knows he can't, putting the villain down and sitting with him, wanting to make a deal since Dylan can kill symbiotes, and Mac knows where Codex is, and he's going to tell them since the Venom Corps are going to take Codex down. Venom issue 29 continued the fun action as the history of the alternate Earth is revealed and what drove Dylan to become Codex. Eddie and Dylan both get some really nice moments to face their mistakes here, with Eddie facing Mac Gargan and actually wanting to help the man instead of fighting and killing him, and Dylan having to face what he could become as well as the sins of his alternate Earth self. I really like that Donny Cates didn't give Eddie and Dylan a real happy moment with Annie, and yes, she was happy to see Eddie, but being this battle-hardened Annie that she is, she's very wary of them and doesn't want to get attached to them, or in Dylan's case, even know or touch the boy considering what he becomes. You have to wonder as well what all of this is doing to Dylan, since he's just a young kid and with the amount of shit he's been through is pretty staggering, so I'd love Cates to dive into that a little bit more than they already have, and considering the upcoming King in Black event which Dylan is a big part of, I think we're going to get that and I'm all for it. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.